If you thought the new year would bring with it less stupidity, oh boy, sorry to disappoint. One of my followers on Twitter sent me a link to another one of these top 5 reasons consoles are better than PCs video, and I wasn't expecting this one to break the chain of wrongness. I've never seen a video on the topic that wasn't at least marginally dishonest, and typically the arguments presented in these videos are outright false, often because the person making the video has no idea what they're talking about. The guy who made this particular video is called John Kill 3D Gaming, which is quite possibly one of the most unimaginative, dim-witted names I've ever heard. It seems like one of those names made in a desperate attempt to sound hardcore, and it's not cool, it's not clever, it's embarrassing. This guy claims to be part of the PlayStation Legion, which sounds like a group of totally rational, well-adjusted people. Definitely not the kind of group that should raise a red flag or 10,000. I have to warn you, today's video is remarkably bad, almost to an impressive degree. I don't think I could have made such a consistently incorrect video if I tried. Dianetics makes more sense than the following bollocks. If I were you, I'd brace myself for some mind-shattering stupidity. I'd like to point out that your video has been rendered in 4:3. The aspect ratio isn't even widescreen. I suppose that makes sense. Your intro feels like it's been ripped straight from 2006.
Another top 5 reasons is there's no need for endless upgrades when you play on a console.
Yeah, absolutely, man. With consoles, you just don't need to upgrade. Oh, but by the way, do you see the new trailer for Horizon? Man, am I looking forward to getting that game for my PlayStation 2.
A console is automatically built to house all your gaming needs.
Unless you want to play strategy games, simulators, most MOBAs and MMOs, as well as play games that predate 2013. But who the fuck wants to play old games like Vice City, am I right?
The UI interfaces are much better.
Man, Windows sounds so hard given how often I hear about the simplicity of console UIs by comparison. With how frequently people complain about it, you'd think that navigating Windows requires as much expertise as designing the Hadron Super Collider.
It's much easier to navigate and get your games easily, or just put in your disc and play, or just easily click your downloaded application.
Because on PC, you can't just open the Steam library, click on the game you want to play, and start playing. Honestly, how hard is it to navigate Windows? Everybody knows how to use a computer. I don't know about you, but a keyboard and mouse tend to get the job done faster than a controller.
Everything is much easier for you to find than going on a PC.
What is Control F?
And you don't need to constantly buy the new parts as they come.
I last upgraded my GPU nearly 3 years ago. I've yet to upgrade my CPU, and I bought my current rig in 2012. But yeah, I guess you have to constantly upgrade when every new part is released. After all, you said so, which means it must be true. One of the benefits to PC gaming is the fact that you can largely upgrade at your own leisure. If you want a powerful PC, that's your prerogative. If you'd rather spend a little less and go for a mid-range computer that'll last you for the next 5 years or so, go ahead. Those options are available to you. Yeah, eventually you'll have to upgrade your PC if you want to play new releases, but I haven't exactly stumbled across many copies of Battlefield 1 for the original Xbox.
The only thing you probably would have to do, like say with a PS4 or Xbox One, is just increase your terabytes, but that's easy to do, unlike popping in different RAMs, different cords, different pieces to your computer, just to make sure it can even run the damn games.
Dude, installing RAM is easy. So effortlessly achievable, even a demented chimpanzee could do it. Installing most UC parts is a pretty simple exercise. It's often a matter of opening a slot, sliding out the old part, and inserting the new part. It's like Lego, everything fits somewhere. Feel free to interpret that as a sex joke.
So, consoles in that respect will always be a step ahead in not needing constant upgrades. Because the only time you need to upgrade is when a new console comes out.
The only time you need to upgrade is when you have to buy an all-new system. This is ignoring the possibility that your console breaks and you have to buy a replacement unit instead of being able to simply replace the malfunctioning component. It also requires turning a blind eye to the fact that mid-console generation upgrades are now a thing. Why have you not brought these facts up?
You don't need to upgrade almost every month or every few months with new parts just to sustain your PC gaming.
Okay, so now you're just lying, or you've been huffing too much donkey piss. Do I even need to explain why this is an absolutely moronic statement? Do I really need to dedicate even 10 seconds legitimately entertaining such a transparently false statement? Yeah, why not? Let's tear this guy to shreds. So the thesis, as presented by student dipshit, is you need to upgrade your PC every few months. Given how nebulous of a statement that is, let's assume he means you need to upgrade your CPU. My rig contains an Intel Core i7-3770. I purchased this CPU in December 2012 and have yet to upgrade it. Despite the fact that I've gone for about 48 months without upgrading my CPU, I can still play high-end PC releases like Battlefield 1 and The Witcher 3 with no issues. How interesting! Considering you said I would need to upgrade every few months, which we'll assume means 3 months, I should have needed to upgrade my CPU about 16 times in order to play Battlefield 1. It's almost like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I could play comfortably on a console.
Oh, come on, what is this?
I don't need to sit in front of a monitor all the damn time. Or the entire time I'm playing, you know, hunched over at a desk.
If playing at your desk is so uncomfortable, hook your PC up to your TV and play on your couch. Use a wireless keyboard and mouse or a gamepad. These options are available to you. PC gaming doesn't suck because you're too retarded to hook a HDMI cable into your TV.
Where my hands can get cramped using a mouse and keyboard.
If you're getting cramps after using a keyboard for a brief period of time, you should probably consult a doctor. I'm serious, that's not normal.
And even using the controller, I still don't want to sit in front of a computer screen.
So don't. Plug your computer into your TV. It's not difficult.
I'd rather sit back on my bed or sit back on my couch with my controller and play on a very large television, probably a 4K television.
Yeah, let's play our 1080p console games on a 4K TV, as though that makes any difference at all.
Or, you know, I forgot what the largest size TV is, but you get the 60-inch, 70-inch, I don't know.
If you don't know, perhaps it might be smart to just stop talking. Or better yet, instead of merely blurting out your unrefined opinions, write a script so you don't end up talking bollocks and then admitting that you don't know what you're talking about.
Just the largest TV possible, instead of playing on a small monitor screen.
Mate, do you not understand perspective? My primary monitor is 28 inches and I'm sitting less than a meter away from it. From my perspective, it's quite large. It fills up most of my field of view. This is the kind of thing you should understand. It can't be taught. You should just know this. And again, to reiterate what I've stated multiple times, plug your PC into your TV and play on your damn 60-inch 4K TV. Play in your fucking bed if you want. Aside from being a semen suppository, you're probably not getting much use out of it.
And with resolution that you can even get on the TV, is not much of a difference.
I think you'll find there is a difference. 1080p on a 5-inch smartphone display is much denser in terms of pixels compared to 1080p on a 50-inch TV.
So, you will always play comfortably with consoles. There is no doubt about it.
It's funny you should say that because I play my console games on a 22-inch TV sat at my desk. Apparently that's uncomfortable. You spent the last minute trying to hammer this point. But wait, you just said that it was always comfortable playing on consoles. What's going on?
Instead of being in the dark, I could just be in the warm lit of the living room, or probably, yeah, in the dark of my bedroom.
Why did you even make that point? You negated your original jab in about 3 seconds. Why don't we start doing that thing where we think before we speak, huh?
But at least I'm comfortable laying on a bed, sitting on a beanbag chair, sitting on a lounge chair, you know, pull the little seat thing back, pull the little leg part up, pop your legs up, instead of just going with a keyboard going click, 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 click. You know, damn near gonna give yourself dyslexia trying to use a keyboard and mouse, trying to play your game.
Are you fucking retarded? I'm not even joking. Do you have some kind of undiagnosed mental disorder?
We could just play comfortably sitting on the sofa, you know. But that's from experience, you know. Sitting on a sofa is easier.
Yeah, based on experience, since you probably never used a gaming PC. That much is obvious.
Hardware expenses and the complexity.
Oh, great. Here we go.
It is very expensive to just put your PC together and build it.
It's really not.
This ties into the first reason, but the expenses and its complexity is, it's very complex for some people. Not all people. Like if you're a technophobe, or not technophobe, a fucking
What is a script?
technomaniac, then you could put your PC together. Other than that, the common person or the common gamer just doesn't want to go through all that, where they can just easily pop the console in and start going away and playing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just plug in your Xbox One and start playing right away. It's not like there's a mandatory update that you must download in order to even boot the thing up before downloading a firmware update and then putting in a disc for a game that you'll most definitely have to download another software update for. Here's a little fun fact you probably didn't know. If you bought an Xbox One and a copy of Halo the Master Chief Collection, you would first have to download the mandatory Xbox patch in order to even reach the menu. Then you'd have to download a firmware update, and then you'd have to download a 15 gigabyte update, all in order to play multiplayer. So easy, right?
So consoles are not complex, not at all. And I've heard people say, oh, consoles are complex for them.
No, you've probably heard people say consoles aren't as simple as they used to be, which is a factually correct statement. Back in the good old days when consoles were actually worthwhile, all you needed to do was plug in the console and play. Plug in your PS2, pop the disc in, and you're away. Simplicity used to be a genuine benefit to console gaming. Nowadays, you've got to set up the console, download updates, and install games. How is that any different from booting up Windows, downloading Steam, and installing your Steam games?
It's probably because they don't have the patience, or they just don't have the brainstem to handle just, you know, very simple, easy to pick up and play gaming.
Why do you keep saying pick up and play? Modern consoles are not pick up and play machines. Not even close.
So PCs are very complex for some people. No, actually for most people. Not some, but most. If they have the time and effort for it, I'm sure they can do it, but why would they do that? A real gamer just wants to pop in, go and play.
Okay, so much wrong with this statement. There are literally billions of computers in the world. Why would something so complex be one of the most common electronic appliances in the world? I also don't think a guy with the username JohnKill3D Gaming has any license to say what real gamers do, as though real gamers are so simple-minded that all they want to do is pick up and play. I guess modders just aren't real gamers.
Hell, probably the Nintendo Switch will do better than a PC, or probably be more powerful than that.
Is this trolling? I'm genuinely not sure now. Anybody dense enough to say a tablet console can outperform PCs has to be either trolling or retarded.
The physical appearance of users, oh my god, I know the difference between console gamers and PC elitists.
Fun fact, during my initial viewing of this video, right here was the point that I stopped watching. You want to know why? I knew well ahead of time that I was going to have trouble articulating just how idiotic this entire section of the video would be. Because I'm such a persistent superhero, I decided against outright skipping this section of the video for my response. That's either a sign of my dedication or my rapidly deteriorating mental health.
Now, casual PC gamers, they're not the ones that look like the size of a house. I've seen a PC elitist with dozens of zits look like he got hit with puberty every day of his life, even before birth. You could tell this motherfucker.
Therefore, consoles are better than PCs. Is this what you're trying to get at? If so, truly impeccable logic, mate.
Console gamers, we can actually still get up and physically do what we need to do. We don't have to rely sitting on our asses all the time. But a PC elitist prefers to just sit on their ass all day, not care how fat they would get, or they look like slobs while they're doing it. I mean, that's just kind of like, they'd rather play their game. Yeah, they have everything they want with their game, but it's like they don't take their hygiene into account. So, I mean...
Oh, what I'm gonna do to you. I'm so angry.
What you just witnessed was 28 seconds of pure, unadulterated idiocy. No rational, sane individual could watch this section of the video and think, you know, this guy makes a compelling argument. Of all the console fanboy arguments I've ever heard against PC gaming, this is the dumbest one in a long time. In this video, Mr. Chipmunk has stated repeatedly that PC gaming is too mentally taxing and difficult and requires constant hardware updates. On top of this, you apparently need a lot of money to play on PC. If the prerequisites for PC gaming are the ability to assemble hardware as well as having lots of money, how exactly does this align with the proposition that PC gamers are morbidly obese individuals who never leave their house and are incapable of even standing up? You can't exactly shit money. This is all ignoring how fucking weak of an argument this is. You personally think PC gamers are fat and unattractive based on absolutely zero evidence, Therefore, consoles are better than PC. You see what I'm getting at? No? Alright, let me explain. You're an idiot. That's what I'm getting at.
Physical appearance of a user is a detriment, you know.
How? Seriously, how?
These guys look like slobs, and that's why the 30% of PC gamers, the 30% PC elitists, they just look like house wrecks.
Because you've met 30% of PC gamers, right? That's literally tens of millions of people.
Now, the final part is graphics don't determine the experience.
This is a non-argument, I can already tell. How is this even a point against PC gaming? Because graphics don't determine the experience, consoles are better than PCs? What in the fuck?
A PC elitist's term for the great gaming experiences is how their game looks.
No, I think you'll find the most common arguments generally relate to options, customizability, diversity of games, cost, performance, and graphics. It's but one of many benefits to PC gaming.
I mean, just because the game can look beautiful and look pretty, that doesn't mean it's fun.
Yeah, but it means it looks better. Nobody is saying better graphics equals a better game. That's stupid. In terms of the visual aspects of a game, art design often goes a lot further in enhancing the experience over graphics. However, there is nothing wrong with saying PCs are capable of outputting higher visual fidelity games. That's a factual statement.
Okay, you could play a game that looks like ass and still have a good time.
No shit. Deus Ex is widely considered to be one of the best PC games of all time, and that game doesn't look great at all. In fact, you'll find that many of the most popular games on PC aren't that visually impressive. League of Legends and Dota 2 are not the most graphically impressive games on PC, yet they're played by millions. Based on what you have said, this shouldn't be the case.
Mind you, there's a lot of games out there that they look like hell, but yet people still have fun with them. Am I right or wrong? People still have a blast.
Yeah, it's almost like you're making an irrelevant point.
Graphics will never determine the experience of true gaming.
Why must you lie? If graphics weren't important to console gamers, why aren't you still gaming on the PS3? Why even develop a PS4? After all, graphics don't matter, so why not just keep releasing games on the PS3 with stagnated visuals? Everybody cares about graphics to some degree, especially console gamers. If they didn't, developers wouldn't feel the need to sacrifice performance for the sake of higher texture quality.
The experiences is for the player to experience the game for himself, and if they like it, if they like the game, whether it's shitty to someone else, as long as it's fun for them, hell, I'll even tell you right now, I had a good time playing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in game. Oh wow, I'm probably gonna catch some shit for that, but I know the game looked like shit, but it was still fun. It was still a quick Spidey adventure. So
you were so bad at this. You drop points midway through sentences and go on irrelevant tangents constantly. This point has literally nothing to do with PC and console gaming. This is a matter of personal priorities, which nobody is debating you on. I don't care if you like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, what does it have to do with PC or console gaming?
that's all I gotta say for this list, guys.
That's the end. What a nothing video. If this isn't trolling, this guy has to be one of the dumbest people I've ever seen. Crap Gamer could only dream of making such a piece of shit video. Aside from the fact that almost every argument presented in this video was outright wrong, each point was delivered so incoherently that it was genuinely difficult finding places to stop your inane ramblings to respond. You didn't finish sentences. Each inane point ran into the next. Drywall is more charismatic. Your ignorance regarding PC gaming was clear from the start. You don't even know what the fuck your points are, let alone what you're talking about. Instead of claiming that you can contract dyslexia from using a keyboard, why not do a little research into PC gaming? I know this may surprise you, but you are capable of being wrong. Not only are you capable of being wrong, but you are fucking wrong. It's honestly quite hilarious how retarded you are.